Welcome to my podcast, Conversations Here and Now. My name is Naresh. Thank you so much for being here with me. It's Tuesday, 26th of May, and I wanted to talk about a little bit about things that we learn as we age. I'm 62 years old, and I wish I could have done something differently financially when I was in my 20s, 30s, and 40s. So I put a few points together about what I could have done differently. Okay, so here we go. So point number one, always live below your means. And I've seen many, and I didn't do it many times, and I've seen many people to this day who are spending far more money than they are bringing in their paycheck. Okay, so live below your means, because if you don't, that's going to lead to only one thing: bankruptcy. It's going to lead to trouble. So always make more than you spend. Very important. Point number two, save before you spend. It's very critical. A lot of people, and even today, I see they will wait till the end of the month, and whatever's left over, put that into some kind of savings. Absolutely wrong. A lot of times it doesn't work because you've spent the money. So set up an automatic savings plan where go to your bank, financial institution, and set up an automatic savings plan where they take out whatever the amount of money is, $75, $100, $150, $300, $400, $500, whatever you can afford. Okay, that automatically gets taken out of your account at the 1st of the month, or the 15th of the month, or the 30th of the month. Doesn't matter, but it does once a month, and it goes into a savings account. Okay, so always do that. Never wait. Well, I'll see whatever's left at the end of the month, and then I'll put that into the savings. No, that does not lead to savings. That just leads to spending. Point number three, save for an emergency fund. Save for your vacations. Okay? You never know what'll happen in your life. Life happens. Suddenly, car breaks down. Suddenly, roof needs replacement. Suddenly, something else breaks down. Somewhere else, a big expense comes up. Don't go begging to your relatives and parents for money. Okay? Unless you're just starting out and you just don't have it, then you got to do what you got to do. But if you're starting out, start saving for a rainy day. Start saving for an emergency fund. Start saving for holidays and any other expenses that you see may be coming up, right? Don't put your holidays on a credit card and then pay it off $20 a month, okay? So, and that point I'm going to address later on. Save for the things that you want to spend on, okay? Or you may need to spend on an emergency. Very important. Point number four, don't just leave money sitting in a savings account. Now, I've already said to you, have your financial institution take money out at first of every month. I'll just use that as an example and put that into a savings. But don't just let it sit there in a savings account. Okay, that just pays 0.5% interest. That's not going to build you any wealth. If you're in your 20s and you're going to retire at 60 or 65, that's not going to build you any wealth, any help with that. Okay, so there is money. You got to save for an emergency day. You got the emergency that comes up. You got to save for your holiday. But there's money, that you must save and invest towards your retirement. Okay, and I'm going to address that in a second. So find a certified financial planner. Make sure it's a certified financial planner who knows what he's doing. If you don't have one, if you can't find one through your your friends and family, then go to your bank. They have certified financial planners. They will help you. Okay, sit down with them. Tell them exactly what you want to do. Want to invest in the low cost index funds or whatever. They will help you with that. They will ask you for what your aim is. And if your aim is, well, I'm investing this money for my retirement, they'll set it up as a long-term investment plan. Okay, they know exactly what to do. That's what they're called. That's why they're called certified financial planners. That's what they went to school for. So, there's a famous saying, you start doing that and you run into this beautiful thing called compound interest. Compound interest is the millionaire maker. You invest $100, every month, and that every year that adds up, and you get your returns on that when it's invested properly in the market, and that builds, and those returns build, and it builds on that. Okay, so it's very critical. If you're going to save money towards your retirement, which you really should be doing, and I'll address that, then you need to put it in some kind of an investment in the market, whether it be low cost, index funds or whatever it may be. And your certified financial planner or your bank advisor can help you with that. Find out exactly what your expenses are every month. Find out what you bring in. Of course, then that should give you a figure of what you can save for the emergency fund, save for your holidays, and save for your investment towards your retirement. Okay, so that's a very important point, and I didn't do that when I was in my 20s. Okay, I was out spending too much. Number 5 important point: young people, when they go through university or college, they get pushed credit cards on you. Okay, it's very tempting to use credit cards. Only use them if you pay them off at the end of every month. Do not use them and then carry the balance. Oh, I can't pay this. This is too much. I used too much, and now I'm just going to put a minimum amount. You'll be paying that off for the rest of your life. It's doesn't it. The interests are horrific on these things. 19% to 30%. It'll never get paid off, right? So use a credit card, get a good credit card. A lot of people get credit cards because of points that they get. So, that's all good. You save points and you can use them towards holidays or other purchases, gas, whatever. But make the habit of paying off your credit card at the end of every month. That also builds your credit score. Okay, fantastic way to build your credit score. Okay, never ever carry balances on a credit card. It's one of the most expensive, worst debts, highest debts that you can carry. Okay, so number 6, avoid lifestyle inflation. So you get started in your 20s, and you start with you start getting a regular paycheck. Then you go, the next year you get a raise. Hopefully, most people do get some raise, and then the year after you get another raise, and you're seeing, oh, all this extra money is coming into my account now. Well, time to go spending. Time to have some fun. No, listen to me on this, okay? Save that extra money. Keep your expenses where they are. They're already being covered, okay? Make this extra money go towards your savings, whether they be emergency fund, whether they be towards your vacation or a big purchase, or towards your retirement, but put it towards savings, okay? Do not just go out and spend it, okay? That's called lifestyle inflation. Don't do it. Point number 7, learn about your taxes. Okay, this is really important. A lot of people just take their taxes to a tax person and get them to do it. They have no idea whatsoever, what their tax rate is, what they're paying, why it is that they're paying. So it's fine to get an accountant to do it. If you can do it yourself, that's even better. There's lots of software out there now that can help you do your own taxes, and a lot of people do that. But if you use an accountant, sit down with the accountant and find out what your tax rate is, find out how much you're paying, find out exactly excuse me, how you can save money with those taxes. Put more money into your RRSPs, right? Put things like that. So don't just sit there and look at it blindly and say, oh, I'm paying $2,000 this year in taxes. Well, find out ways that you can, save on that, so you don't have to pay the $2,000. And your accountant will tell you that. Your certified financial planner will help you with that. Okay, so make sure you learn about your taxes. Point number 8: save for your retirement by investing. As I had said previously, most companies most companies no longer have a defined benefit pension plan where you will get a certain amount. And, they take a certain amount of money out of your paycheck, and then that goes towards your savings for your pension, and you'll get when you retire for the rest of your life, you'll have a certain amount of money coming in on pension for the rest of your life, and that's indexed usually. Most companies no longer have that. So what most companies do, and I'm talking about private companies, some government jobs still have defined benefit pension plans, but government jobs where they say, well, if you put in $10 toward $10 towards your RSP, then we'll match it with $5 or whatever the amount is, or they might match it 100%. They might only match it 50, whatever it is. So make sure you take full advantage of that, because when you retire, your Canada pension plan and old age supplements and this and that will not be enough for you to live on properly. You will get used to a lifestyle with your paychecks. And if you want that little bit of your lifestyle, then you've got to start saving money today, yesterday, day before yesterday. If you're just started in the workforce, okay, in the 20s. So if let's say if you start working at 25, then you start retire at 60, that gives you 35 years. That can go a long ways towards setting up a good retirement plan, okay? So make sure you max out on your RSP contributions at work through that plan, or if you have no plan at all through work, nothing at all, unfortunately, then you have to set up your own RSP for registered retirement savings plan for yourself through your bank, through your certified financial planner, okay, and put some seriously good money into it, okay? You have to do that, okay? So otherwise, as I said, the money that you get from the government at 60, a little bit. If you wait till 65, it's a little bit more. If you wait till 70, then it's a little bit more, but it will not be enough to carry your lifestyle, especially if you're married, okay? Even if you're single, it may still not be enough to do it too. So this is a critical, and when that retirement RSP, make sure it's invested properly in index funds or whatever it is that you're in the market that your certified financial planner or planner at the bank will do for you. Okay, so that's a critical point. Okay, number 9, when you're putting money in the market, don't time the market. Don't panic if the market goes down. Don't throw huge amounts of money in when the market's starting to go up, and then if the market starts to fall, pull all that money out. You'll lose all your gains. Don't time the market. You're investing in the market. Stay in the market. Stay calm. Markets go up, markets go down. Okay, 2008 they fell tremendously, precipitously. 2020 they fell during COVID. They fell 20%. Last year with the tariff thing, they fell. So they fall. If you look at the past history of, S&P, NASDAQ, or TSX, whatever it is, you look at since the inception, since those funds were started, you'll always see they're going up. They'll come down a little bit, but they go up, and they'll come down a little bit, but overall trajectory is they will go up. And your certified financial planner or your bank financial planner will help you pick proper funds so you stay in this winning circle. But again, if the market tanks, which they sometimes do, and they always will, do not panic. Keep going about your business. Keep putting money in. In fact, the best thing you can do is put money in. Let's say put $100 in every month towards your RSP. No matter what happens, you put that in, okay? It's called dollar cost averaging. It'll go up when the markets are going up. It'll still go up even if the market comes down, because it will still go up later on. So that's the best thing you can do for yourself. Do not, be emotional about the market. Do not panic, okay? Because that's the worst thing people do. Markets start dropping, sometimes 10%, 15%, they go running in, pull everything out, and then eventually markets start going up, then they put money back in. You lose money that way, okay? So don't panic. Don't be emotional. Invest properly, not time the market, okay? What matters is how long you're in the market, how much time you're in the market, not timing the market, okay? So that's important. Number 10, amongst all these financial things that I've told you to save money, the most important thing is to look out for your health. Look after your health, okay? In 20s, 30s, 40s, so you can get to your 50s and 60s to enjoy your retirement so you can enjoy your vacations. It is absolutely critical. None of this financial stuff will matter if your health is not looked after. If you don't exercise, if you don't eat properly, if you don't sleep properly, if you suffer from extreme stress for whatever reason it may be, it's not going to help. Okay? You have to look after yourself by exercising properly, by eating properly, by sleeping properly, getting proper dental checks, getting proper doctor's checks. There's so many things you can do. All the information is now available on the internet. So, but that's the basic, that's the gist of it. Okay? You've got to look, in order to be able to enjoy your money that you're going to work really hard to save when you get to 60, you've got to have good health. If you don't have good health, it won't matter. Okay? So make sure you look after your health. And the final point I'll say is look after your relationships. Okay? Yes, you're saving all this money, working hard, really good. Yes, if you're looking after your health, but you've got to look after your relationships for your mental health. Okay? Don't ignore your relationships. Young people tend to do that in their 20s and 30s. Okay? Even in the 40s. They don't call their parents enough. They don't get together with their parents enough, with their grandparents, brothers, sisters. Okay? So those are the most important. Your spouse is always there with you, but I'm talking about parents on both sides. Okay, your grandparents on both sides, your brothers, sisters, nephews, nieces. This is your family. Look after it. Stay, in close contact at all times, especially parents and grandparents, because time is not unlimited. We're not going to be around forever. None of us are. Our parents, unfortunately, one day they will not be with us. So, please enjoy their company, look after them, have some laughs with them. And these things, everything else will fall in place if you're doing it with finances. If you're doing what I told you, everything else will fall in place. But health and your relationships, if you don't look after them, you will regret it when you get to later in years, like in the 50s, 60s, and you'll say, well, I wish I had looked after my health. People don't, and then they regret it. It's too late. I wish I had stayed more in touch with my parents. People don't, and then they regret it. I wish I had spent more time with my grandparents. I really miss them now. Right? People don't, and then they regret it. I wish I had stayed better in touch with my brothers and sisters, because you know what, now you're in your 50s and they're grown up, and you didn't spend enough good times together. So please, those are two I left it to the end because those are the two most important things: health and your relationships. All right, so I hope you enjoyed some of the points I've put forward here. If you're in your 20s, 30s, and 40s, these points will help you save some money, okay? And I'm going to talk more about some of these things in the future, but these are the basic things. If you can do these basic things, you will go a long way towards having a good life, okay? And a good retirement eventually when you get to it. It comes really fast. Believe me, it comes really fast, okay? So thank you very much for being here with me, okay? And let me know what you're doing if you're in your 20s and 30s and 40s in order to make your future better, in order to make your finances better. Please leave it in the comments below. And I hope you like my content today. So please hit that like button. It helps me with the algorithms. Please subscribe if you're not subscribed. And please turn on your notifications and share it with your friends who are in their 20s, 30s. Send it to people whom you know who are in their 20s, 30s, 40s, who can benefit from this. Thank you very much again. See you at the same time, same place, same channel next time. Bye-bye.